Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Metal Gear Solid 5 S-Rank walkthrough. This is Mission 8, or Episode 8 as they're called, and it is Occupation Forces. So, this is a mission that I had to save for later because I didn't have the equipment to do it convincingly or gracefully when I first got here from the Mother Base. So, my recommendations for players just getting to this who are looking for a walkthrough rather than an S-Rank video: just do the mission as ugly as you can, or skip it, and do the one after this by taking out one vehicle and then going to the end. Then you can do some more missions, unlock some better things, and then come back when you're a little bit more geared up. However, I've done this mission a few times, and because of that, my artificial difficulty has been inflated, so you'll notice the path I'm taking here is now being mined with claymores. And when you walk on this, depending on what time of day, if that guy's up there, there's not really much you can do. If you try and creep towards him, he's going to see you, he's going to come looking for you, and things can get really awkward. So if you do see him, just wait here, it's much safer. However, because the shift of the guards is slightly different depending on the hour of the day, you can get here where he won't be there, and there will be moments on this area where I do something that might not work specifically for you because the way that the AI is quite dynamic. My advice is simple. When I'm crouching, try running. When I'm running, try crouching. If things aren't working for you, mix it up, because the AI paths might be slightly different for you, the level might be slightly different for you, and it's best to just experiment. A good example of this is the sequence I was just on where the claymores are. When they're not there, you can get all the way to the end of that on the horse, but I chose not to just because I didn't want to accidentally trip any of them. Another one is, once we get into the hut that I'm moving towards right now, you can actually, once you're inside it, you'll get a checkpoint, and then after said checkpoint... Interesting. I've gone a different path here. I should have gone the other way. This is the wrong house, by the way. If I'd have gone the other side, I would have been okay, but there is a guard walking this way, that's why I'm walking kind of slowly, and there's a chance that he might have seen me, so this path will work, but you can shortcut around the opposite side if you want. But when you get close to him, if you're not wearing the sneaking suit, you're going to have to moderate your footsteps, because his hearing is really good. And the doors here are a pain in the ass, because ridiculously as it is, even if you're going super slowly towards them, you can still make a lot of noise opening them. And they can hear it, especially when you're coming out of this room, because that can be really, really tricky. But as I was saying, after this cutscene, depending on what time of day, depending on the shifts of the guards, will depend on how fast you can get out of this room. And the only way to really tell is to get to this door and listen. Or, understand this level so well that you know exactly where all the guards are at exactly what time, which I just don't have that yet. So I open the door very slightly, I listen for any commotion, and I look to see where he is. Because he's stood facing that way, he's going to walk back towards me. I'm going to stand to his left, out of eyesight, he's going to turn around, and we're going over the balcony. You might wonder why I moved so quickly then. I didn't. Snake went into cover, it's a preset animation, and it's really fast. I hate it, personally. But wait for him to get a decent amount of distance away, then mantle, because it does make a sound, and the AI, even though this is technically normal difficulty, is really alert. So, there's a guy looking, he might not be there for you, you might be able to just bomb it this direction, but I can't, so I lay down, he knows where I am, he's coming to have a check, I move over here, and I'm going to just do the dive. And I'm going to stand up, mantle, dive again, and I'm going to chain dive down this gap. And it is a really fast way of staying quite low and covering a lot of distance, and because of the way the fall damage works, you don't kill yourself, which is really useful. Then I immediately call the horse. I'm going to use the horse to block the road, and then I'm going to be using a rock just to the north of me here to get to the back of the convoy and to begin to Fulton them. So as it stands, folks, I do not know how to stop the final tank without it seeing me. I've tried my best to run the horse in front of it, get off the horse, and the horse go in front of it to stop it, but every time I tried it, he saw me and it counted as an alarm. Obviously there are ways to stop vehicles that involve using items, but I'm trying not to do that because I want the no trace bonus, and the moment you press the right trigger on anything, you will void that bonus. So I'm still coming up with an idea on exactly how to do this, but just for the moment I've got a really cool strategy that it involves using a checkpoint and retrying. But run up to the top of the street, trigger the checkpoint just in case you make a mistake, and then come over here and either hide behind the wall or behind the rock. I prefer the rock, but I was messing around with the wall here for a second. And what is going to happen is I'm going to Fulton the first 2 vehicles, I'm going to chase after the final one, and then I'm going to quickly retry. It's going to void my retry bonus, so I will lose out on 5,000 points, but during the loading screen, when the game populates again, the tank will be standing still. So if you mash Y and hold it just as the game begins, Snake will be off the horse, and you can quickly Fulton it before it starts to drive away. It's a little bit fiddly, but it is a guaranteed way of stopping the tank. So, first tank, Fulton. Then as soon as he's done, run up to the van. Be careful here, do not press Y. If you do, sometimes you'll climb in it. You need to get to where it definitely says Fulton, and then hold the button. If you climb in it, you can't Fulton it, and it becomes a fucking nightmare. But this is the point where I don't know how to stop the tank without using anything, and I'm probably going to play this level as best I can. Be careful coming around this corner. I have been seen in the past, you see that? Really close to being spotted just then. But as soon as you're out of their eyesight, you want to quit. So, get to about here, and I quit out, and then the tank's not moving, and then I hit it with a Fulton, and then all you have to do now is ride to the chopper and get the hell out of Dodge. And that is a no trace S rank, as close to all the bonuses as you could wish to get, aside from the retry one, of course, because we're using that checkpoint to get that advantage. But a really cool mission that I've done in several different ways, and that by far is the most effective. If you're not bothered about the no trace bonus, you can put decoys down to stop the convoy past the horse. You can put down that mine that electrocutes cars that completely stops the convoy, and you can hit all 3 of them in one run. There's so many ways of doing it, guys. But there it is, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it helps, and you take care now.